I'm here with the remnants of dinner thinking about translated works because apparently that's what Spanish majors do at 1 a.m. on Tuesday. I talked about Lysistrata in a video recently where I was saying essentially that I didn't like it the first time I read it, but then when I was reading some excerpts from it from a different translation, I was like, oh, this is funny. And I think it was because the first translation I read was kind of prudish about it, which is weird for, if you know Lysistrata, there's a lot of sex jokes. So having a prudish translation really doesn't work very well and completely misses the point of what the comedy is about. Another book I was thinking about where I really didn't like one translation and then saw a different translation and I was like, actually, maybe I like this, is Dante's Inferno, because my copy is the John Ciardi version and it's like okay, but then I was looking up what the actual meter is and like essentially like poetic style. I'm not the best versed in poetry, but essentially what's happening poetically in the original version, because I don't speak Italian and I'm not the biggest fan of the translation choices he already made, but I would really like to get my hands on a copy of the Dorothy L. Sayers version because the excerpts I've seen of her stuff, I actually like the translation a lot better. Of course, I can't technically say if it's like the best translation because I don't speak Italian, but I can say it's one that I like reading better as a translation. Also, a couple books that I want to mention for translations that I really, really, really liked are Witchad Atelier, it's a manga, but I read it. It has words. Really, really like the translation for that. I don't know which translation I was reading, but I was going through it and I was like, wow, this is like amazing, and it's not even the original language in terms of what words they're using and stuff like that. I thought it was really great. And another one, this was also originally in Japanese, is a book called In the Miso Soup. And that one read just absolutely beautifully. Both the original author and the translator did an amazing job. I was super, super impressed by it. Also, speaking of translation, I desperately want to read the Murderbot Diaries series in Spanish, especially because there's a lot of interesting stuff happening gender-wise, and I'd love to see how they handle that in Spanish. And also, I like Spanish, and I want to see one of my favorite books in another language.